All right, this is going to be part one of a teardown, a complete teardown of an OmTech 55 watt, 60 watt, whatever, CNC laser engraver and etcher. And I'm going to go ahead and take this whole thing apart, piece by piece, and identifying every single wire pathway, every single gauge of wire, every single piece of electrical information, mechanical information, putting together a full and comprehensive list of every single part and every single piece, and doing an A3M on this to identify any issues you might have in the future, creating a complete and functional SOPs, standard operating procedures, as far as this machine. I'm also going to go ahead and identify parts that could be upgraded, could be made better. This machine is sold in a lot of different places. It's a Chinese laser, basically, and it is brought over here, and a lot of different companies were going through and making these lasers or available to the U.S. marketplace. You can go to CloudRay. I think they offer their version of it, maybe a subsidiary company. There's also some you can get on eBay. You can buy some of these on Amazon. The one that I bought was actually off Amazon, and this, I've actually bought another one recently. I haven't even started it up. I saw it working. The site's been sitting for like a month or something like that, to get my space ready. But it is the same exact make and model. I've already done some modifications in the other one, so I'm going to go ahead and go through the process here of going through every single nut and bolt and connection and thickness of gauge of metal and sheeting, and basically I will be, this whole machine, when I am done, there will not be one bolt or screw that hasn't been deattached, labeled, numbered, and assigned identification for this. Hopefully my goal would be to be able to see how these things are actually put together, and then once we get the parts listed for these, see how we could upgrade this into a more substantial unit worth many's and many's of thousands of dollars more than what this one actually is. So stick around, take a look at some of the stuff we're going to be putting up. I'll be putting some pictures and stuff up on my site. I'll have a link here when it's ready, attached to this video. And I'm just doing this in my my workshop up here, a little small workshop that I do some little annoying things, odds and ends, and whatever else. So this is not a theater, like a really high expensive studio or anything like that. This is just a common guy out here with some manufacturing background in Six Sigma and lean manufacturing, and background in electronics and communications and programming and all this good stuff. So it'll be a really interesting journey. I haven't seen anybody do this, and I think with the research I've done so far, it will be a doozy to see exactly, I think, probably some of the assumptions that I have just looking at it and running it for over a couple of years now. This machine, I'll be able to give you a lot of insight about how things are set up and some of the problems you may have, or I do a lot of question answering in the OmTech chat rooms or laser chat rooms as far as newbies getting started and stuff like that. But I'm going to go try to bring a different flair to this stuff too. Once we get the SOPs and all that stuff done, is to really take these hobbyists, and I do say hobbyist machines, even though you can make money with these, and I've already paid for my machine time and time again with the projects I've done, but how to transform this into an industrial type setup, and that'll be for a later group and a later set of classes and stuff like that. So just follow with me. If this kind of stuff interests you, just subscribe to the channel, save and like. I'll try to go ahead and get information out there about each part of the process on a weekly basis, and then we'll talk about some of the design choices that it looks like they made just from my observation going in through this machine. Again, I'm not expecting a $20 or $50 or $60,000 machine's quality in pieces and put together, realizing where it come from. These are all put together for a certain price point for a certain market. And I want to be able to see what kind of choices they've made in some areas, because you have to make compromises when you want to make putting a size machine out there. So we'll take a look at everything and see and just find this stuff out together. And then I'm going to go ahead and culminate a bunch of parts for replacement parts for these that should be easily be able to attain over here in the U.S. marketplace. And if I can't find them in the U.S. marketplace, if there's interest, I'll go ahead and see if I can go ahead and take the risk and get them from overseas, and then keep a stock and inventory that I'll have available in my store to replacement parts or upgrade kits and stuff like that for these units. Also with materials and stuff like that, because I know there's a lot of different sites out there that you can get a lot of different types of materials, but I want to see if I can have a repository of every single thing that you possibly could need in a laser engraving business, either a hobbyist versus all the way up to an industrial level. And what my plan later on is actually creating a machine from scratch, and a substantial machine, industrial machine, instead of making something whatever else. We'll get into that later. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too quickly with that, but I'm going to start with this unit, and if we get other units and stuff like that, if you want me to do the review and do a full tear down and put together, let me know. If you're a manufacturer out there of different laser machines and you want to have me tear it apart and have me look at it and put it through its paces, let me know. I'm going to give it a fair review. I am going to go through basically like a Chilton manual and just go through every single piece and part and build those SOPs for this individual machine that may be applied to other types of machines with other powers and other sizes and stuff like that, because it looks like a lot of these machines, far as I've seen so far, pretty much use the same exact kind of parts, with some minor differences as far as the way that they're made up and the way that they're actually set up. So and at the end of the whole thing, if you want to go ahead and have a full resource document and SOPs about this machine type, I'll make that available in a downloadable PDF, or you can we'll have a part of the site where you can actually go in there and get some FAQs and some documentation that you can print out on the web for the things that you actually need and have access. We'll have access for that as well. So yeah, so this is Don, and hope you guys enjoy the ride. It's going to be a interesting journey nonetheless, and yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy the content, and if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to reach out on my YouTube channel, my Facebook channel, or a like. And yeah, I'm really interested to start this project and to see exactly how this whole thing comes together, and interesting really just to tear this thing apart, bolt by bolt, nut by nut, and show all the different tools that you'll need to do exactly what I'm doing. The steps, step by step, and identifying the ways in which you should be able to take ownership of your machines and your process. A lot of people are really, good about just putting copy and paste and print, and then that's their skill level, and that's fine, But we're going to be looking at things at a very high end level here, at an engineering level, at a business level, and at a very top tier level as far as the way that everything goes together. There will be no secrets hidden. As far as when we go through these machines, I'm going to go through every single part and piece and how it's put together, and what it's made out of, and what sizes things are, and how they fit together, and how to troubleshoot different issues, and how A plus B equals C when interacting, and how everything comes, is it dependent or interdependent of each other when it comes to the ways that the frame is built, the electronics are laid out, the wiring, the electrical schematics, the availability of upgrade options that you may not be aware of on your controller, and also other parts, and also some upgrades, other upgrades that you could possibly do to this, and also links where you can get parts, and we'll have those available to you as well. So take a look if you're interested in this kind of stuff. Again, subscribe. I don't want to ramble on too much longer here, but thank you very much for watching, and you guys have a really great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now.